On July 7th, the United Kingdom and the Netherlands jointly announced that British and Dutch forces are set to be equipped with new amphibious transport ships under a new maritime partnership. The new ships are based on a Dutch design and will be built in UK shipyards alongside Dutch industry. And so in this video, we take a look at the finer details of the deal and any known information related to ship design. We're again straying away from our primary area of focus, the Baltic Sea region, to look at some fairly big news a little further afield. Of course, with both UK and Dutch forces contributing to Baltic security while also being members of the JEF Defence Coalition, it makes sense to occasionally cover more distant news from these nations. And so the UK's government announcement says that the deal has a value of £2.4 billion, while the Dutch Ministry of Defence statement says that the Netherlands has set aside €1 to €2.5 billion for this purpose. With £2.4 billion equating to over €2.8 billion, it's possible that the UK announced the full value of the deal, with contributions from both nations, while the Dutch specified their contribution to the arrangement. It's still a little unclear to us, but that's our understanding, at least. But official messaging says that the Netherlands and the United Kingdom will jointly acquire new amphibious transport ships intended to support soldiers in operations on water and on land, forming the backbone of a strengthened UK-Netherlands amphibious force, with each nation operating 4 vessels. These vessels are said to be 160 meters long and have a displacement of 15,000 tons. Their actual role is to transport troops, vehicles and equipment, including drones, wherever they are needed. It's specified that the flight decks of these vessels will be designed to operate current and future long-range drones and autonomous systems, supporting the Royal Navy's transition to a hybrid navy. The agreement for these ships and binational cooperation was signed in Ankara at the NATO summit on July 7th with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Dutch Prime Minister Rob Jetten as signatories. Starmer was quoted as saying, "Combining the UK's industrial expertise with the Netherlands' design and seafaring experience to deliver first-rate platforms for our elite amphibious forces, this partnership will strengthen NATO. I'm incredibly proud that British shipyards will help deliver these ships, creating and sustaining good jobs here at home in the UK." Defence Secretary Dan Jarvis highlighted how this deal sees the forces of the two nations operating the same equipment and deploying on exercises together, so if they need to, are able to fight and win together. The partnership actually builds on more than half a century of maritime cooperation through the UK-Netherlands Amphibious Force, hailed as Europe's longest-running integrated military force, something we'll need to discuss in a video of its own one day. The site DSEI Gateway says that neither the UK nor the Netherlands announcements provided further information on the designer or design of these vessels. However, since it was confirmed that the design will be Dutch, it could be assumed that Damen, one of the leading shipbuilders in the Netherlands, may be involved, particularly since its landing platform Dock Enforcer 15628 amphibious vessel was a similar length to the requirement. Naval News makes a similar connection, stating that Dutch shipbuilder Damen Naval had previously pitched its Enforcer amphibious ship family as the basis for a possible common design for a planned UK-Netherlands joint amphibious ship acquisition program. For what it's worth, Damen says that the landing platform Dock Enforcer 15628 has the following specifications: displacement 15,000 tons, length 156 meters, beam 28 meters, speed 18 knots, crew 147, troops accommodated 430 to 560 depending on the mission. We don't want to offer too much information on a ship that hasn't actually been confirmed as having been selected. However, it has a flight deck of 1,400 square meters, enough for 3 medium-sized helicopters like the NH-90. This is in addition to the 449 square meter hangar capable of housing 4 of the same sized helicopters. There's also a 260 square meter UAV deck for about 6 medium-sized UAVs, accompanied by an 80 square meter UAV hangar for 8 of the same medium-sized UAVs. Armament is as follows. Main gun is a single 76mm cannon. CIWS consists of 1 RAM or rolling airframe missile system. There are 2 30mm secondary guns. And finally, decoys are courtesy of 4 MASS, or multi-ammunition soft-kill systems. The website Maritime Executive is a little more confident in ship details, saying that the new ships are to be based on the pre-existing Damen Enforcer 15628 design, reviving a concept developed under the Anglo-Dutch project Katharina. The site says that the new ships will be 160 meters long and are larger than existing designs floated by Damen. But what do you think of the agreement to jointly build and operate 4 amphibious transport ships? Let us know by leaving a comment.